Okay, so let's look at our next worked example. Here we have two dates, a start date and an end date. Our start date is the 12th of January 2017 and our end date is the 23rd of January 2017. Now we are going to ask the question, how many working days inclusive are there between the start date and end date? Now this is a really good example of using Excel to basically make your life much more productive and a tad bit more easier. The reason being is because working days is an often common query when working out, for example, project deadline dates, or for example, annual leave. Now, we're going to assume that working days is Monday to Friday, because that's what most offices do generally. We're also going to assume there are no public holidays, apart from our standard Saturday and Sunday. In other words, just the weekend. Okay, so let's first work out the normal way a typical person would do it if they didn't know how to use this particular Excel function. I'm going to go to our calendar. So the 12th of January is here. Now, ordinarily, if we weren't counting working days, we were just counting from the 12th to the 23rd, we would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We would get 12 days. And that's including weekends. But we just want working days. So we would factor out the weekends. In other words, we would exclude them from our calculation. So it would just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because remember, we're asking how many working days inclusive. So we're actually including our start date and our end date. Okay, so now we know the answer is 8. Let's see how we can get that in Microsoft Excel. Right, so the function we're going to use is called network days. Now this is very handy, and it can also be modified to exclude certain days, for example, public holidays. Now for this demonstration, we won't be doing that, but I'll show you the third parameter, which can enable you to actually activate that bit of the function. So you press equals, you type in network days, right. Now we've got 3 arguments, 2 of which are mandatory, the start date and the end date, and the third is optional, and that's holidays. Now that's what I was just mentioning here, where you could modify this function to basically exclude public holidays as well. So for this example, we won't be doing that, so we'll leave that blank. Okay, so it's really easy. We just enter a start date and an end date. So our start date will be that. Then our end date will be this. Close the bracket, press enter, and we get 8. 8 working days. So that's how you use Excel's function network days to work out the number of working days between 2 dates.